Hello motivators. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing some makeup chisme. Alright, so we're basically taking a very freaking deep dive. We're going to this rabbit hole of, does Jaclyn Hill own Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics? And has she been lying to us? That is what we're talking about today. So if you really like this video and you want to continue, like, subscribe, hang out with us, comment down below, let me know your thoughts once I give you what I found. So Jen Loves Reviews, what I want to say, Jen Loves Reviews inspired me to do my own digging, because most of this stuff I know is public information, but I wanted to see for myself with my own two eyes, because I think you should do that. Has she been lying? Okay, now let's get started. I'm looking like to the side. I have notes because I literally went down this journey of like, does Jaclyn Hill own this? Has she been lying? Because I did buy some of her products, and even when she had that Morphe collab. So let's start from when I feel like she started to have red flags, is when people started to notice that she had a bunch of just like Morphe, use my code Morphe, oh I have this Morphe brush, Morphe, like she was putting on Morphe and basically selling to her audience Morphe a lot.
By Morphe brush, Morphe brushes, Morphe is the exact same quality as like make Morphe, because Morphe is a Morphe. The new one by Morphe is a Morphe brush, Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, Morphe, honestly.
She had that collab palette that came out, but before that too was the drama is she was going to have a palette with Makeup Geek and it didn't go through. Makeup Geek had bought all this stuff and didn't have a contract, and she ended up not doing that, and that's a whole different one. Then she went on to Morphe. Now she was based on her social media, based on the what video she had, what she put on her Snap, Instagram. She was very much good friends with the Morphe creator, because I think they are not owners anymore of the Morphe siblings. So she was talking to them, she was friends with them, and basically like I felt like they were like this, like buddy, like they were like super good friends. Then she made that palette, which was actually really good, the first palette, which was a large one that accidentally had got leaked based on a cake, and she said, oh, those aren't the colors, and it ended up being almost like literally exactly like that. Anyways, very frustrating now that I think about it. So then she had these other palettes that apparently almost like saying the shades she didn't use, she's just putting them in palettes for that palette collab she had, the large one. So she had smaller palettes that she had put them in, and I think the first video I saw was Jaclyn putting them on and they were like patchy or didn't work.
On my outer crease, I'm actually using the M514 brush from Morphe. I'm using something that is tight and also pretty dense, and you know, that doesn't look, I wish it was more pigmented, but you know what, this will do. Feeling like once yeah, it's doing it. Once I go to blend this out, it's just like poof, disappearing. But it only seems to be doing that because I applied a little bit more of the other two matte shadows on this eye versus here on my bare skin. It's sitting just fine. Yeah, that I'm not.
And then all of a sudden she's like, oh my god, we're gonna fix it. And they, I swear, they like were like, oh, it's fixed. Like, what? Like, it was not enough time. In my opinion, it wasn't. People were saying, look, they didn't even fix this. The batches aren't even different. There's like, it still works the same. And it was just a whole big mess. And she had to come, she even put a video out, you know, having like, I swatched all these palettes and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong.
About just making money, I wouldn't spend like over 2 years on my Jaclyn Hill palette. I wouldn't stay awake at night swatching. Like, let me show you guys this right here. Let me show you what's behind the camera. Ah! I literally look like Gus right now, bringing all these in. And this isn't even close to being all of it. And these stacks are much higher than the camera is actually showing them to be. They come much further down. I am dedicated to swatching these vaults and figuring out the issue. It is an embarrassment for me to have inconsistencies in a product that I have spent.
And I'm just like, what? Okay, and then we get some time, let's go forward, and then she has a Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics brand.
100% Jaclyn Hill. I am the one that is paying for it. I am my only investor, and it is my product that I'm coming out for you guys. I've been working on it for almost 2 full years. It's been 23 months that I've been working on it, so yeah. Coming soon.
Okay, and I'm like, huh, very interesting, giving her another chance, right? Here's another chance, and it seems to be exciting. It's a lipstick launch, and the lipsticks look good.
Not to cry, because I'm not gonna be that person, even though I am that person. But oh my god, I'm actually filming this video right now! Like, ah! I have a memory that stands out to me in 2015 in my shower in my old condo. Remember washing my hair out loud, like reciting what I was gonna say in this video. Careful who you surround yourself. Something of your own in this line that people know, like they are buying into a family business when they purchase from Jaclyn Cosmetics.
And then all of a sudden, people are starting to get their PR lipsticks, and there are particles in them. Particles, and I think Robbie Christie had put like under the microscope.
Jaclyn Hill, YouTube extraordinaire, has launched a product people are less than happy with. That I am not exaggerating.
And it was like, what the heck? These lipsticks are like, what is going on? And then people had other videos of like metal or something. It was just crazy mess. And I too was like, what the heck is going on? And then she did like a little launch, and then, you know, she got back into it. But then all of a sudden, she just started to, I feel like there was going to be a change. I'm just an observer. I'm a makeup lover and observer. So I'm like observing because we do beauty news, and I feel like things are going bad, especially like Morphe. Nobody's talking about Morphe in the makeup community. All of a sudden, just recently, Morphe files, or actually now known as Forma, because the owner sold off and now they're known as Forma. They wanted to be a brand to carry other brands under them. So Forma is said that owns Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and Playa, and Rem was under there, which I didn't even know Ariana Grande, like her name, like a brand with her name on it, was under there, under Forma, because they're supposed to be like an incubator and grow these brands, right? This is what Forma is now. So Forma Beauty had to file for bankruptcy, and then Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics followed. I even found the dates and everything of Morphe and Forma and Jaclyn Hill filing for bankruptcy. So I found that just by searching. And so the whole thing is now is that documents, because it's, you know, court ordered, there's public information out there, are being looked at and seeing, does Jaclyn Hill, like she's been saying over and over, own Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics? So shout out to Jen Loves Reviews, because she did great at finding this information, explaining it well, because she kept me interested. I'm like, what is going on?
Not marked as confidential, and all of these are public records. A list of everyone involved with the company at the time of filing was published, and Jaclyn's name is nowhere on here. It is the list of debtors, officers, directors, managing members, general partners. It's everybody that is at the top of Jaclyn Cosmetics specifically. Jaclyn is not there. The next section asks if there's anyone else who was in control in any of those positions in the past year that isn't currently in control. And part of me was thinking Jaclyn's name might be on here, but nope, it's not there either.
Going on? Have we been lied to? And it, you know, it might not seem like a big deal, but when somebody keeps repeating, which there are videos where she said when she launched her brand, like, this is a family business and this is like something she dreamed of, and she even mentioned to say that she wanted this to be some family business you invested in, like, you know, by buying from them. And I'm like, family business? Then she went on to say, which right here was kind of a like, kind of irked me, is when she said, nobody wanted to work with me, they laughed at me, like she had money and they laughed. like nobody really wanted to like take her seriously. And I'm like,
In April of 2014, sat down, said, I've saved $80,000 and I want to start a makeup line and I want to order hundreds of thousands of units. And they laughed at me. They didn't return my calls. They didn't respond to my emails. And that's when it all started. 2014. So
like, what? You're talking about Jaclyn Hill, probably like basically a millionaire, but one of the biggest YouTubers. Nobody wanted to make a makeup brand with you that could make money. Like if you see that person in my, if I was a business person, like looking to make money off of makeup, like man, Jaclyn Hill, go with her, slap her name on a makeup brand. Oh yeah, let's make this grow up big. You're telling me nobody thought of that? Maybe because she had these controversies, I don't know. But Morphe too, nobody wanted to work with you in the beginning. Like you were buddies with Morphe. That kind of irked me because that's what I was thinking in my head. So then let's go back to what I was saying. As Jen Loves Reviews had these documentations, and she was like, "Wait, it says Morphe purchased the batches of the lipsticks, then the time frame, and then everything that was in these court papers saying like." Forma paid off Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and I was like, huh? And then Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, it had the current and then previous like CEOs and owners, and it did not have Jaclyn Hill or her family members in those papers or paperwork. Even though she's been saying, I'm CEO, I'm the owner, I want you to invest in a family business. Okay, what the heck? So has she been lying? Because there's, she's been on video saying that. Even her own Instagram, which I went to go get a screenshot, says she's the CEO and owner of Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. So I want to go look for myself. I went to go look, and I saw here, even since 2014, I am seeing Jaclyn Hill's name, Jaclyn Hill, on her Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics as a AMBR. And I was like, what is a AMBR? Why doesn't it say owner or CEO? So I went to go look this up, and this is all public information. AMBR is authorized member. No, and I went to go look, is a AMBR the owner of the LLC? It says it. No, an AMBR of an LLC is not an owner. This is an authorized representative that has the authorization to perform a number of duties, including opening a business bank account or authorizing or executing and filing records with the office. Because it had her mom's name, it had her sister's name, and then it had her brother's name under these paperworks. Nowhere under there does it have owner or she's the CEO. Does not have that. It does not have that. It says AMBR, so she's an authorized personnel. Like she's authorized to do certain things, but she's not the owner. That's what I'm getting from that paperwork. Because it would have said it, and I looked this up for like the lawyer lingo. I want Emily D. Baker to go through this thoroughly because she actually did a video. I went to go watch that video. She did a video a couple years back and was going through some of these things, and she was also not finding Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, or Jaclyn, she was not finding that Jaclyn Hill was the owner. So I went to go look back because I was also going in between and looking at Jen Loves Reviews and stuff like that. Jen Loves Reviews said that she was a collaborator, a third party, or a licensor. Then Emily D. Baker made a good note is that they filed this paperwork in an LLC in Delaware, where it is very hard to find out all the information you need to find out, like owner of there. And I was like, huh. So people would go there if they really wanted to just have their information not public, or very hard for you to figure out if it is a certain person. Now, they went there specifically, Jaclyn Hill, or Morphe, or Forma, whoever, Forma and Jaclyn Hill went and did what? go get an LLC in Delaware for Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics to hide who the owner was. And that's what I'm getting at, because then I see what does a collaborator and third party do? Someone you work with helps to support and assist execution of a strategy. Okay, so here's my thing. It does say that she's the owner. Jaclyn Hill is the owner of her own name. Now, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, it does not say she's the owner. It says she's just an authorized personnel from what I'm seeing, and from the paperwork that everybody I feel like has been seeing, like Emily D. Baker, Jen Loves Reviews, and I even went to search for myself, and she's just an authorized member. So she may have some say in like strategies or support assist, but she is not the CEO or owner. Not from the paperwork I'm seeing. She also had a video to fire her whole entire team to get a new one during the time of the lipsticks. And she was trying to show that she did do the paperwork and try to flash the paperwork that had her name on it. Also, that's where they found out that it was Morphe's name blocked out with the black of who bought the lipsticks. So in the beginning, so you're telling me this happened in...
Yeah, so this lipstick thing happened in 2019, but she has created this brand since 2014. And since 2014, she's been an AMBR. So is firing everybody also a lie since she was only a licensor or collaborator? Like, how does she have the authority to do that?
In my opinion, was not the owner of her brand since the beginning. Since the paperwork I have seen that says she's a AMBR. Okay, an authorized member. It seems to me that Jaclyn knew what she was doing. I think she did not want to take a risk with bringing out a brand. Okay, she licensed her name to make royalties off of it. In my opinion, this is all allegedly, right? But still under this paperwork and based on her name and everything, not saying she's a CEO or owner, she's just an authorized member. She's knew since the beginning that she did not own Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. But yet, on her launch date and on her page, I'm the owner. I'm the owner. I'm the CEO. Really, girl? All the evidence is leading to no, that is incorrect. That is false. But I went and deep diving and everything, and going into this chisme is that Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics is not owned. So if they go down, Jaclyn Hill isn't really going to go down because they owe her money. That's what the paperwork says. Jen Loves Reviews said that they owed Jaclyn Hill money, forma. So she's getting royalties off this. She's getting a percentage for using her name and selling it under her name. And maybe that's why which we need to probably go look that up. She created all these other side things. She created Jaclyn Roxanne, that jewelry line. Then she created Cozy, which is also controversial because of the name. But based on these documents I found, I cannot find that she's the owner. I think they specifically went to Delaware to file this so that nobody could know who the owner was. And I think nobody was expecting for Morphe to go down how they did and then have to file for bankruptcy and then have these documents, like the court's like, bring me all the paperwork, especially for bankruptcies. They want to make sure and be thorough. And I don't know if they're going to be gone for good because it's like restructuring it to see if they could perhaps revive this brand. And Jaclyn Hill, all that paperwork that was turned in, it doesn't say you're the CEO, former CEOs. It has on there, your name's not on there. Jaclyn Hill's not on there. It says she's a member. So maybe she's not saying anything because they have an NDA, these people. Maybe they have her in contract. Who knows? Or she just doesn't want to say it. But I think she just licensed her name out and is getting royalties because she owns her own name, but she does not own Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. And that is what I have found in the makeup chisme is the documentations we have found. I'm not seeing it. And the time frame that it says that she was just an authorized member is since the beginning. So since the beginning, she wasn't an owner. And so even if it had her name on a paperwork, they authorized her to go purchase things, or they authorized her to put her name on there for that, Oxygen LUVS, what they use for lipsticks, because she did show documentation. So that didn't mean that she was an owner. just means she was authorized to get that paper. You know what I mean? Because all evidence is leading to, since the beginning, she does not own this. So she basically sold her name away. But for her to kind of manipulate, which I take really, I just take offense to that, because you're going to say, oh, you're investing in a mom and pop shop, or, oh, you know, I take that like, wow, like, am I shocked? No, because, like, really, like, all these red flags. You said, oh, nobody want to invest with me, but you're buddy with Morphe person. You're a top, you know, makeup person. Who doesn't want to make a brand with you? I'm kind of confused by that, right? I know you had some controversies, but people would want to make money off of you. So I found that hard to believe. Then with all this whole lipstick things, the time frames of trying to get the lipsticks out, like, why not wait? Because Jen Luxury mentioned that same thing is she might have had a different batch, her lipsticks that she had when she was displaying, and then the rest of the lipsticks that were sent out was because they were rushing. There was like not enough time, and there's no way they inspected all those lipsticks. Boom, sent it out. Why not wait? You know you're gonna get in trouble, unless, of course, she wasn't in charge of that. You know, everything's leading to she doesn't own it. That's what I found in these documents. Did you find stuff out too? What are you seeing? I mean, it's pretty clear to me that she's known since the beginning. Like when Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics launched, when she said it launched, it was never her. She was just the face of it, basically the top influencer for them, making royalties off of it. In my opinion, it was just an investment, and I think that's why she has the side Jaclyn Roxanne, the jewelry, then Cozy to maybe attempt to branch out, maybe put makeup under a different name, because she's probably no longer Jaclyn Hill anymore. She might change her name, who knows? Don't know what's the future. But
do you think they filed in Delaware on purpose? Do you think she is under an NDA? Yeah, do you think this is a big deal? Do you think it's not a big deal? Like, what's the tea?
Let me know in the comments. Were you surprised by this information? When, like, you can go search yourself. Like I searched, you can search. Did anything surprise you, or were you kind of expecting, like, yeah, with all these lies or anything like that? Were you indifferent and now you're leaning towards, oh, she's a liar? Let me know. I'm very interested. Let me know what the next chisme you want to talk about with me. But thank you so much for staying with me. Definitely subscribe, like, hit that notification bell if you want to hear more from us, because we're trying to get those videos out here every day. So there'll be new content every day, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye, adios.